Mike Gerardi. Questions, please.
For either one of you guys, the fact that you have a coach that has been in these kind of games, and this legendary coach, is being able to portray a sense of like, making this is no more than a big thing than a normal game. In other words, can he portray that sense that this is a normal game and not get too much involved in the hype and let you guys do your thing and prepare normally?
I would say the preparation for the game is, it's definitely it's different than the first two. I guess the room for error has changed as far as our preparation on the field, execution on the field, mental errors on the field. But as far as the hype for the game, I would say it's just any other game. He's ready. He gets us ready to go for every game. So so far he's been really hyped for the first two games. I'm surprised it'll be probably no difference for this game.
Tahir, last year you guys banged with these guys, played with these guys, played straight up. Could you take us through that game? And the start of the game, I imagine you thought you could do it, but in the middle of the game, the third quarter, you guys are still leading. You knew you could do it. How did your mindset progress during the game, if you can recall, back a year?
Going into the game, we knew it was going to be a hard-fought game. We knew they were going to come at us trying to run the ball, and that's exactly what they came out and they did. And we knew our run defense was going to have to be in tip-top shape. And like they ran the ball, we made stops, they made plays, and as the game progressed, we ended up with the loss. But we throughout the whole game, we felt like we were able to take them, like we were going to take them to the very last ticket on the clock.
If Bernard doesn't get hurt, do you think it's a different result?
It's hard to say, like it could have had the same results, could have went differently. We never know.
What do you think of this year's team so far? What you've seen, heard?
I think this year's team, I would say, is hungry. Like we know what we did last year wasn't enough, so like we have a little of edge. We know we're expecting the same game, hard-fought game. They're coming out trying to run the ball. Got to stop the run. So we're anticipating a tough-fought game.
Does that experience from last year change your mindset or give you a different approach going into this, saying, hey, we can go toe-to-toe with these guys?
Definitely. Like, from last year to this year, it's no longer, we're no longer thinking like, oh, yeah, we're trying to compete with them. Now we know we're past that stage. We're actually just trying to take it the distance now. Like we know we can play with them. We just got to stand up, go toe to toe. That's all we have to do.
For either of you guys, playing a team in the same state, with great tradition, haven't beaten them in 70 years. What do you think the big picture impact would be of a win on Saturday?
I think it'd be great for the program. Definitely get us rolling into the season, get us to what we want to accomplish as a team. But that's really the best way to put it. It would be a great accomplishment. Like Tahir was saying, last year we went toe to toe with them. This year, I think it'll be a different game. We know we can play with them. So we'll just have to see what happens. It's just wins are tough to come by, in college football. They know that, we know that, so it's just really who plays tougher, who plays better on that day.
Do you guard, though, against this, as Coach Daggio said, a win, he doesn't want it to be the defining moment for the program? Try to guard against that?
Yeah, it would be a great part, it would be a great moment, but, really you just got to keep the end in mind. We got to accomplish our real goals. This is just a big game in our season, and it really is a stepping stone for this program if we win the game. So it's just one step along the way.
Mike, what do you see of those guys on film when you look at their defense, in particular the guys up front, their defensive tackles?
Their defensive tackles are, they're pretty good. They have 71, I believe, is probably going to be like a first round pick. From what I've seen, he's as good as they come. So. They're really, you just got to understand that, you got to get the ball out of your hands. You got to understand that, they're going to get pressure on you with only rushing 3 or 4, with leaving 7 guys in coverage. So you just got to go through your progressions, and execute and just take what they give you.
My coach was talking before you guys got in here about the quarterback position, and you would probably start, but he liked what Chester did. He could play some. Kind of used the phrase bringing all the clubs. We're bringing the driver and the 3-wood and the 6-iron. I'm not sure which club you were, but you think this could be a different kind of game where the last 2 games you came in, you played all the way until it was in hand. Maybe they could be running some different guys in here for different series or different plays.
Well, whatever coach decides, I'm sure it'll be for the best. I've seen the spread game that Chester is the component that Chester can bring that I might not be able to bring as well. It is a great part of our offense, and it is a big part of our offense, and it will show something possibly different that they haven't seen, and open up some other things later on. So whether we rotate series, I get the first quarter, he gets, however coach wants to do it, I'm sure it'll be a good mix-up, and it'll give him something to look at.
Mike, how is Scott Loeffler as a teacher? If you can describe him.
He's the best teacher I've ever been around as far as just knowledgeable, just even he can lead by example. He can go out there and show you how to do it himself. That's something I haven't really been around in a while. It's just he can actually go out there and show you how he wants it done, rather than just try to teach you and tell you and correct you. He does all those things too, but he can actually show you how to do it. And he's just very, very he's very, very keen on discipline and just staying on plan. Take what the defense gives you.
Give me an example of discipline. What do you mean by that? I think I know what you mean.
As far as like progressions go, not breaking progressions, going outside the box. He told us that quarterbacks that go outside the box, even the best of the best, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, when they go outside the box, 7 out of 10 times they throw an interception or something bad, fumble.
Because they're on the move, or what?
Well, what I mean by outside the box.
You don't mean physically. You
outside,
mean outside the
like,
progression.
Yeah, outside
box.
the progression, doing something that they haven't practiced.
Right.
Throwing to someone that they're not supposed to throw to, just because they might think it's open. A guy might be open because it's this look.
So
when they do
stick
that,
to your method.
Exactly. Stick to the footwork. Stick to the plan. Stick to the progression, and take what the defense gives you.
Your relationship with him, I imagine.
Oh, it's very good. It's very professional. It's all business like.
Do you guys sense about the excitement that this team might be able to eat that long streak and get that win? Do you sense the excitement? And you try to not get into all that and just focus on the game.
We're just really just focusing on the game right now, but get a sense that this year, last year we felt that we had a chance to beat them. This year I feel like it's the same type of mentality going into it. Except it's at our home field now, so hopefully maybe a little bit of that can help us out. Give us some type of edge, some type of energy that can help us out.
Could this be a big game for Bernard, Mike?
I would say he's gonna have to have a big game. He's gonna have to go the distance, show what he's got. I think he will. I know he will. He's a different player this year, different mindset when he's running the ball. And he's just so much more mature now that he knows. He knows he's the guy. He knows that he's got the toughness. He's got everything going for him right now. So he's going to keep it up and excited to see him play.
You watched last year. What was that like? Take us through your mindset watching this game and not being able to go out there.
It was just I was obviously rooting for Chester to do well. Wanted him to do well. Felt like there were some situations that Penn State just made great plays. I thought he actually played very well. It's just like I said, they made some great plays. Put us in some tough situations, and it was just obviously any quarterback would want to go out there and play. But it's just hopefully this year we'll get a couple more opportunities. Some ball might go our way. Something might go our way. Which will tip us in the favor.
Like Steve talked about riding those. Instead of riding those different waves, those ups and downs, you got to be able to plow right through them and not get too high or too low. How do you guys do that as players throughout the game? If they make a back-breaking play, how do you guys stay settled? Does that just come with experience? How do you stay focused to where you don't get too high or too low?
Well, you just got to stay locked in. One play, 100% focus on one play at a time. What happens. You can't control it. They get an interception for a touchdown. You got to come out the next drive. Still ripping the ball, still throwing it, still pounding it, keep it to the game plan. You can't really let that bother you until after the game. That's really just the focus for everyone, not just for me, not just Tahir, anyone. You miss a block, you just got to focus on the next play. What's done is done.